When you survive a war and you know so many people who didn't make it, you just feel responsible. You want to share. When I survived, almost every single person in my family was still in captivity. My 5 sisters, tens of my nieces, my mother was killed, 6 of my brothers were killed. Now I have a network of supportive family and friends who gave me hope and motivate me to continue and fight and to make sure that what happened to me will not happen to any other girl in the world. First time I shared my story, in my heart and in my mind was like, the international community with the Iraqi government will rescue the women and then they will hold the perpetrators accountable. That was like what I was imagining. I didn't know that, women in other parts of the world were sexually abused. I didn't know that sexual violence was that common in wars and conflicts because I grew up in a small village and I didn't know anybody outside of my village. Despite the evidence and testimonies that we have, so far it's been 10 years, we only have seen 3 cases of ISIS being held accountable in Germany. But, there are companies who supported ISIS. There are powerful individuals who supported ISIS, and there are evidence. So why not holding them accountable? Groups like ISIS know there is an end to their terror campaign sooner or later, and that is why they want to leave permanent marks on the communities they attack, and that is not always and only through mass murder and destruction of their homeland. Rebuilding is doable when you have resources and support, but to abuse, thousands of women and girls from one community, that is a permanent mark. I think it's also so important to educate others on this topic. And through education, we can destigmatize rape and stop blaming survivors for what happened to them. In my case, the world listened and heard about my story because I came forward. But there are so many survivors in many different parts of the world who choose to stay silent because of the shame and stigma surrounding rape and violence. When survivors don't feel safe enough to share their testimonies, it's hard to hold perpetrators accountable. But now we have that. And to be honest, what we need is political will to hold these perpetrators accountable. We have the evidence, we have testimonies, and we just need political will. Sometimes when I go to events, I meet people, young people who come to me and say that they want to be involved in doing something good, and knowing that they are passionate about those issues is really important. And I know that a lot is going on in the world, and sometimes it is hard to feel motivated when you see all the struggle and challenges that they're facing. But knowing that there are so many young people who believe in activism, who want to make the world a better place, it motivates me to do more to make sure that we have a more equitable world for everyone.